So, what is actually the true shortcut to your twin flame? You would want to know that. I'm sure that you want to know that. Because a shortcut is what you need. Because you have been waiting enough, isn't it? Aren't you like waiting around and like, oh my gosh, how long is this gonna take or something? Can I not find the shortcut? Well, I have it for you. Here is your shortcut. I'm just gonna tell it to you in a second. I'm not kidding you. Here it comes. Pay attention. Your shortcut truly is you go to the consciousness state or state of being of harmonious twin flame union first, and then maintain it afterwards, because you still go deeper, but then in a new way, clicked into the relationship with union itself, with the divine as the background. That will be the shortcut to your twin flame. Because this consciousness state calls them in, make sure that it's the true one, make sure that you are in harmony together, there is an inner peace as the guideline through which you start to build. For some, it will be able to start to build immediately, literally with them. For some, the literal togetherness in the physical is a little bit later, potentially. For some, they were already together beforehand. It's also possible. But it is the consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union that is central in making the shortcut. That is where you're aiming at, or shooting your arrow on your bow. That is what you're aiming at. The consciousness state of harmonious twin flame union. When you can reach that as quickly as possible with the true twin flame inner work, supported by the 9 energy points, you have it. Because the physical comes out of that. You also came physically out of consciousness first. And your union also comes out of consciousness. And then the two physicalities come together and start to build. Even when they would already physically come together beforehand and they're in union, it doesn't really feel right yet. But then in harmonious twin flame union, the consciousness state, it does feel right. You start to build together in a way that is not being able to be made undone anymore. Well, it is when you just leave that state, when you go against it, when you don't maintain it, etc., when you stop going deeper. When you're there in your consciousness, but you're not physically together yet, that's where it starts nevertheless. Because you start now to work on, really focused on, that it is really going to work with a true twin flame. Coming from the place that is already harmonious. It is the shortcut that you're looking for. It will make it as short as possible for uniquely your case. And it is the only way to do that. That keeps the truth in check as well, such as the true twin flame, right? Not the false one. That it is about joy. You're building something sane, etc. So how long does that take? Shortcuts sounds good, but I mean, How short is it? Well, it just really depends on how eager you are to go there, how much you give everything into it that you are and have. For me, I took a long time before I was ready to truly go fully in. I took in this lifetime around 2.5 decades after having met the true twin flame in this lifetime for the first time before I truly went all in for going to that consciousness state. And it really dawned on me that that was what I needed to do, and I did it. I surrendered into it with everything that I had and am, into that pool of love that transformed me. And then I arrived. But you don't need to wait 25 years anymore, approximately for me. You don't need that anymore because you can just, come in here and we'll bring you there. Well, it took me 25 years to go from first meeting the twin flame towards really knowing that I was going to go into this consciousness state now fully. And yeah, let me be more precise about that. That took me 2 years. Yeah. Well, maybe like 2 years and 1 month. Or 1 month less than 2 years. Well, you see, approximately 2 years. And seeing that I had already been wandering around, not knowing what I did, or pretending to myself that I did not know what I did, because I actually found a solution at around 17 years. But it took a long time, until around 25 years, until I fully believed in it. What about that? Well, you don't need to be me. We'll talk about it in a second. But that took me 2 years. And like compared to 25 years of wandering around, that's very quick. Okay. So I was like wandering around for 2.5 decades. And then I was like, okay, now I don't know it anymore. Now we go all in. And then it took me 2 years, which is very quick, relatively speaking, right? But I mean, 2 years can still be a little bit of, I can't really oversee 2 years of inner development and transformation. That's a little much to conceptualize for myself how long that is or what have you. That is very understandable. That's almost like undoable, because you'll become the one in harmonious twin flame union, which is another consciousness state. So you just you also arrive in a place where time doesn't mean that much anymore as well. So it's so interesting. Your whole concept of yourself changes through this development, because you go from thinking that you're an ego personality into knowing that you're the union. That's what that journey is, in short, of that consciousness state. And it's worth it because it is the shortcut and it is the real deal. And it makes everything possible that you maybe want already for so long. It makes it possible for real, and not with like, how do you say that? Argumentativeness. Like, yeah, I think that's the twin flame, but they're just doing something else with someone else, and I don't like that, and they should do something different. They should be more mature. Just very argumentative with reality. And that completely falls away there in harmonious union consciousness state. You're not argumentative with reality anymore. You work with reality to transform yourself, and then you arrive. That's how that works. And then you, even inside of that, heal more and more and more and more and more, which is only very happy occurrence. So these 2 years, that's I think very good and very quick. But after that, I took 4 years to really process the first phase of like big after harmonious twin flame union consciousness state healing. That took me 4 years. So together, I would say that was like 6 years, which is still almost nothing compared to 25 years, right? Of like being confused, not knowing what to do, not understanding who the twin flame is and whatnot. So that's completely and utterly in the past, because that's what that is. That's what harmonious twin flame union is. That's the shortcut. You also become sure. Did I say that already? You become very sure. Divine revelation will have made it clear for you, unequivocally, that all belongs in the same process that we talk about here. So 6 years is still very, very quick compared to all the confusion of so long. And to say it is worth it is like the understatement of the century. But I have also seen, and this is very, very happy news, that I have also been initiated as a twin flame teacher to such a degree that it was correct and that it worked for me. I'm like a good enough student of Divine Mother in becoming a twin flame teacher after having been initiated as such, and then around 7 years of experience approximately right now, after it really became serious and whatnot, Before that, I was also already a spiritual teacher. But in that idea of having become the spiritual teacher of twin flame harmonious union and passing that state on, in fact, I have seen that this shortcut can work for someone right now, it comes to me now, in 4 months and 4 days. So now we brought 25 years plus 6 years back to 4 months and 4 days through tapping into my repaired connection with Divine Mother, being initiated as the twin flame teacher, and there we go. So this shortcut is really starting to be an enormous shortcut. Turbo shortcut, mega shortcut. And I think that's awesome news for you, because I just, sought for the solution, and it took me a long time. And a lot of money too, that comes with it, of course. but I'm able to pass it on to you in a very quick variant, as we've seen. That also costs only a fraction of what I spent on it. And I think that's a very happy outcome for you, that we can do that here. Go to the state of consciousness of harmonious union. That is your shortcut. Nobody talks about that. That's a problem. But it is the truth. And I hope this helps. Much love from Petra. On Monday, October 21st, the devotional money game starts and you are invited. We are going to play for 5 days and maybe even a little bit more, because I usually feel, inspired to elongate the fun and the education just a little bit. We are going to work on your devotional money experience. What is that? And how is it relevant for Twin Flames? Well, we're going to experience that, but I just wanted to enlighten you already a tiny little bit about that up front, because you can already subscribe to Be in the Game, and the link is below. Because it will take place on social media. You will be able to download every day your private set of educational exercises. You will be able to be in the Facebook group with only devotional money game participants to be among each other. There will be opportunities to meet each other in a live Zoom call. And there might be other events inside of this 5-day plus event with educational material as well. Yeah. What do you think about the webinar? Let me know below. Who knows, we're going to do that too. Devotional money. Yeah, just to give you a little bit of what that might mean. We all have money in our lives. It's just a thing that makes our life concrete, and we buy the roof over our head with it, and we just buy wonderful food in the supermarket that we cook with a lot of love every day to nourish ourselves, and all of the things we do with money. And we don't only spend money, we also earn money. We get money. Money flows to us from us helping other people, from us having a job that is meaningful in the context of society, and you get something out of that for yourself. So money flows through your life, where you contribute and where you spend it on helpful things that support your being. Now, this flow makes you come alive. But there are 2 places where you can connect it, and you can choose. You can choose to connect it to your ego personality and societal structures, or you connect it to the divine itself, and it starts to become transformed into a flow of unconditional love, of divine inspiration, of source flow. And in that source flow, also union flow, because your union is in source. Now, your devotional money is, of course, geared towards, starting to understand the difference and choosing to be in source flow, because that's where your union flows. That's where your union is. That's where your energy of your union flows through your life, which contributes, of course, greatly towards making come true the content of your union, which is your true twin flame relationship. Because also energy is money, and money is energy. Your divine money is your divine energy. So your choice for that is a devotion. It's a devotional choice. And you're invited to think about that, to also actually think about making money and more of it too. Why not? But then again, also, but where do I connect this to? Does it connect to me as a twin flame in union, or does it connect to the world, to all the places where that is not? Devotional money game will give you experiences that will be truly helpful. And I love that for you. So let's experience that together. It's completely free, and you can add yourself to the crowd by giving me your name and your email address, because that's how this game is led. Just put them in the link, and I'll see you real soon. We start on Monday, October 21st. Put it in your schedule, and I'll see you real soon. Love from Petra.